Alright guys, it's my pleasure to welcome you to another edition of Football Mania. Well, what a day. Well, Chelsea played their first preseason friendly game earlier today, and it was a wonderful match. 6-1 victory against Peterborough. Well, it's the first preseason friendly game, and it says a lot about how Chelsea players are taking this preseason, especially those French players are coming back from loan, trying to stake a claim in the first team or in the first team squad. But it is what you expect, from a very competitive squad. Some people will talk about the distractors. We say is just Peterborough. Well, it's just Peterborough. But a couple of days ago, Arsenal played against Hibernian, a Scottish Premier League side, and they struggled. Well, it's preseason, but it's good thing that you start off on a good note, scoring goals, everybody having a good feeling, players competing hard, trying to win a spot in the squad. It's good. Well, Chelsea started with 3-4-2-1 formation, as Adam Newson of Football London reported. Thomas Tuchel actually used two sides in that particular game, one 11 in the first half and then another 11 in the second half. So it was a game that was so important for the training squad, everybody getting minutes and getting fitter. So let's get to the main thing. Well, according to reports, Chelsea went down 1-0 in the first half, courtesy of a penalty, and then came back with a screamer from Tammy Abraham, a wonderful shot, before Pulisic won a penalty and then converted that penalty. Then in the second half, Thomas Tuchel sent in another 11, and that 11 did even better. Well, Ziyech was part of that 11, and he scored a hat-trick, second half hat-trick. Then Broha was also part of that 11. He got an assist and a goal, and then Baba Rahman got an assist for one of Ziyech's goals. So the first half 11 beat Peterborough 2-1, while the second half 11 beat Peterborough 4-0. So it was, like I said earlier, a wonderful performance by the guys. I'm so happy for the French players, the Barclays, the Baba Rahman, the Loftus-Cheeks, the Tammy Abrahams. I mean, everybody. Not many first team players were involved in that particular match. Most of them are still on holiday after the Euros. So the guys that are in camp, they are fighting hard, and this is a good start for everyone involved. You just have to say that it is very, very good for Thomas Tuchel to have a large pool of players to select from, and that will make Thomas Tuchel's job so difficult. And we know that Ross Barkley is one guy that plays outstanding football from another planet during preseason, and he takes it to the start of the season before he falls apart. But still, I think that it was a good start for the team. It was a good morale booster. Everybody will now be feeling comfortable. It's just a preseason. It's nothing. You can't just attach so much into it. But still, it's a positive feeling. It's not like Arsenal that got beat by Hibernian. They won't have that positive feeling in the camp. They will be just like working to get back to another preseason game and then get it right. If you look at the criticisms on social media, then that tells you that in today's world, where social media is very, very active, everything matters, everything counts, and this 6-1 victory actually counts, in my opinion. Don't take it away. Every positive is positive, every negative is negative. This is positive. We have to accept it and then do better in the next game. But talking about doing better in the next game, we have to do it without this man, Olivier Giroud. Olivier Giroud just completed his move to AC Milan, a €1 million move. Actually, it should be 2 million because according to reports, the 1 million added as performance-related bonus is just a simple bonus that could easily be activated. So there basically, we are selling Giroud to AC Milan for €2 million. Wow, it's not really that bad because we could have lost Giroud without even attaching anything to it. His contract ran out at the end of the season. We activated the option in the contract, 1 year option, and then that 1 year option got Chelsea €2 million, €1 million already, and then €1 million to come. That's not bad. That's a lot of money, if you know what I mean. Every penny counts. Yeah, every penny counts. and that 2 million euros is going to count massively, when Chelsea put it into play. Well, talking about putting it into play, we have to use that and other money that we are going to generate in this transfer window to go all in for somebody like, you know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm going to say next. Haaland. Yeah, he is the subject of transfer speculation, and Chelsea are trying hard to sign him, even though it's been reported that Chelsea have not tabled any official bid, and Dortmund are still holding on to keeping him this summer. But the fact that Chelsea have not been able to switch focus to another striker tells me that Chelsea are still hopeful of completing the deal for Haaland. But it's going to be difficult. We all know that it's not going to be simple. It's going to be massively difficult because Dortmund, they are very stubborn and they have already lost Jadon Sancho to Manchester United. And if you know them, they don't sell two big players in one summer. So everything is against Chelsea, but nothing is impossible because it's up to Chelsea to put that money in front of Dortmund and then see what Dortmund do. If Chelsea proposes to pay Dortmund 150 million euros for Haaland this summer, I don't see them turning it down. So it's what it is. But Chelsea, knowing the economic climate in Europe and in the world at the moment, aren't going to table that kind of offer. So they were always going to try and bring it down, try to negotiate and bring it down to something reasonable, something between 100 million euros to 120 million euros. But then again, what if Dortmund refuse at the end of the day to sell Haaland to Chelsea? I think Chelsea will move to the second option, which will be Romelu Lukaku. Well, I don't know if that is feasible because according to reports, Inter Milan also value Lukaku at 100 million euros, and that's a lot of money for somebody who is 28 heading to 29. If you commit that kind of amount of money, you are never going to get it back. So that will tell in your reports for years to come, 5 years or 7 years as the case may be. But it's what we can do because it's nearly impossible for Chelsea to win the race for Haaland next season when his release clause activates. Now, when that activates, that we are talking about 75 million euros, you have the likes of Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich coming in hard for him. Now, Chelsea will find it very, very difficult, to win that race against those top clubs. Now, the chance we have is to do the deal this summer, loan him back to Dortmund, let him spend one season at Dortmund. Of course, doing the deal this summer is going to be at a low cost because he's going to spend the season at Dortmund. So if Dortmund are asking for 150 million euros at the moment, if you want to do a deal that will keep him at Dortmund for another year, it will take the asking price to 100 million euros, something like that. And that suits Chelsea in a way because that's Chelsea saving 50 million euros and then Dortmund having their star player for yet another year and then making 25 million euros on top. If they have him now and then sell him next summer for his release clause, which is 75 million euros, they will end up losing tons of money. So now I think that will be a win-win situation. Then in that case, Chelsea will have to look for something like a loan deal, a one-year loan deal for a reputable striker, a striker who can score goals, or go for a low-cost deal. On the long run, it's always better to stick to your preferred player instead of going for the second best or the third best. One season is long, but having that your preferred striker for 8 seasons or 9 seasons is a no-brainer. And then at the end of the day, if you want to sell him, you will still sell him for a good money. So it's no-brainer. Now it's up to Chelsea to decide what they are going to do this summer, but I think they will try till the last minute for Haaland, and then if it's not possible, then they'll be able to divert to other targets. And definitely they will have other players on the list. But this is football, you never can tell what will happen tomorrow. But I do know that for sure that Inter Milan are not 100% sure that the money they got for Hakimi will be enough to offset their debts for the season and then prosecute the season. So they could still change their mind about keeping Lukaku and then collecting something like 60 or 70 million euros, definitely they will understand that Lukaku is 28-year-old guy, not a 22 or 21-year-old guy. They will understand that, and also understand that if they keep Lukaku this season, next season they won't be able to get that much money from him when he starts or 31. So it's up to them. They need money. They could stay cashing on Lukaku for a lower fee. So these options are still open. The transfer market is still very, very fresh. Anything can happen. So that's it for today. If you enjoyed the show, all you need to do is like, subscribe, and then hit the notification button. See you again next time. Bye-bye.